From the East Gymnasium on the campus of Fort Lee High School in Fort Lee, New Jersey, Fort Lee High School girls volleyball is live on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. A good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Andrew Byrne. Today, it's the Bridgemen of Fort Lee High School against the Scarlets of Ridgefield Park High School in a big North American Division girls volleyball match. For Fort Lee High School, they entered today 3-1 on the season, suffering their first loss of the fall with a 2-1 setback against Memorial. This Bridgemen club coming off a spring campaign in which they went 12-6. They were the North 2 Group 2 champions, and it was the program's first state sectional title in 35 years. For the visiting Scarlets of Ridgefield Park High School, they are 0-1 on the season. That's right, just one match thus far for Ridgefield Park. It came against Tenafly earlier in the week. They fell 2-0. This is the first of two meetings between the two clubs. They'll square off again. This time it will be at Ridgefield Park. That will be October 8th at 4:15. Fort Lee is coached by John Ziemba. The Scarlets are coached by Rachel Healy. Those new to high school in New Jersey, it is a best out of 3. Every set goes to 25. Should be a fun one between Fort Lee and Ridgefield Park. Because Fort Lee has played more matches, let's recap their schedule thus far. Wins against Hasbrook Heights, New Milford, and Mahwah. Their only loss to Memorial. And Ridgefield Park's only match, the 2-0 setback at the hands of Tenafly. Fort Lee in their customary home uniforms, the black tops and bottoms stenciled in orange and white. Fort Lee across the chest. And for the Scarlets, it is the visiting red uniform top with the white lettering and numbering and the black bottoms. Thank you so much for spending your Friday afternoon locked into the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. Football game to follow as well. Busy day here in Fort Lee and around the state of New Jersey. High school sports in full swing in the middle of September. Now the first of two meetings between the two clubs. This Fort Lee club looking to defend their North 2 Group 2 title this season. Mentioned at the top, it was their first state sectional title in 35 years. They were slated to take on Hackettstown in the finals before Hackettstown had to drop out due to COVID-19 related issues. So we are just about set inside the East Gymnasium for girls high school volleyball. Big North American Division match. And Santina Protasio, number 30, in that scarlet red, is set to serve for the visiting Scarlets of Ridgefield Park, just their second match this season. The libero for Ridgefield Park, Isabella Gonzalez, number 7 in white. Nicole Nuterhawani is the libero in the orange top for Fort Lee. Nuterhawani, the senior, talked to Coach Ziemba before the match. He said, keep an eye on number 51. You'll be calling her name a lot this afternoon. This is an upper class heavy team for Ridgefield Park. Just one underclassman. It's the sophomore number 10, Bree Cooney. Protasio to serve. We are underway, and it's an ace for the senior off the outstretched try of Nuterhawani. And so the first point of this afternoon's contest goes the way of the visiting Scarlets. An ace for Protasio. Still serving. Towards the middle, the reception made by Ryu. And a bad set right near the stanchion. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Scarlets. First sub to tell you about for Fort Lee is as they make a change. Number 13 is subbed on. Still serving Protasio, and there's the first point for Ridgefield Park. So Fort Lee will serve for the first time after the service error. Casal with the set. It's dug out by Protasio. Free ball chance for Fort Lee. Casal. They swing it over, and Fort Lee collects the point. Luciana Casal, the senior setter, number 12, setting up the attack for Fort Lee, and we are even 2-2. Nicole Coella, number 25, powers it away. Out of the back row, charging to get it, Nutarwani, and it falls down to the hardwood. And this back and forth first set has the Scarlets in front 3-2. On the attack, that's off the try of Ryu. And the Scarlets have their largest lead of the first set, 4-2 in favor of Ridgefield Park. Casal towards the middle. Opportunity to set up for the Scarlets. They swing it to the near side, right down the line. Open space, the kill by Gabriela Duran. The senior middle blocker putting it down in open space. 5-2, Ridgefield Park. Another chance. Right down the line. Nutarwani with the reception. It winds up over the net. Acosta swings it towards the middle. Gonzalez, the libero. Casal all the way over. Borisov with the left hand. Coelho unable to dig it out. Ridgefield Park leads 6-2. Early first set. That's an ace. As the Scarlets push their lead to 5, 7-2. Casal on the attack, Fort Lee setting it up, the Scarlets. Towards the middle it goes. Morales coming to dig it out. That was Coelho. Punched over with the right hand, down to a knee, Gonzalez. And a whistle will stop the action. And the point goes to Ridgefield Park into the net for the Bridgemen. Right down the line on ace for Ridgefield Park. Perfect placement by number 18, Tatiana Acosta. 9-2 in favor of the Scarlets. Coelho receives. Borisov, left hand. Saved near the scorer's table and a free ball for Fort Lee. Another try. Underneath the net. That's a kill for the Bridgemen. Catherine Borisov, the outside hitter, collects it. Nucharwani at the service line, and it's a big-time shot, an ace for number 51. Sophia Pagan is checked on, number 18 for Fort Lee. On the attack, Duran. Diving dig, Nucharwani. But it's right back to Fort Lee and unable to get it over in the required 3 hits. Borisov knocks it over, setting up on the attack. They'll leave it for Cooney. Hammers it with the right hand. Bree Cooney. And Ridgefield Park's lead is 7. 11-4 in favor of the Scarlets. As Casey Ryu, the senior outside hitter, number 10, comes back on for Fort Lee. At the service line, Shanez Morales. Ryu, and Fort Lee could not get the attack set up. This Ridgefield Park club playing just their second match of the fall. They dropped a 2-0 decision to Tenafly on the 13th. And an inadvertent horn. Still at the service line, Ridgefield Park. And once again, Morales with a little English on her serves. The senior goes right down the middle, coming to get it, Coella. Casal sets up Pagan. And the junior puts it down with the right hand. Number 17, Borisov, the freshman. The southpaw twirls the volleyball, puts it in play. Sliding Gonzalez. Kept alive by the Bridgemen. Near the net, Pagan jumps over and places it down, but was in the net. On the swing, it's an attack error against number 18, and the point goes to the Scarlets. Borisov. Over. Free ball chance for Ridgefield Park. They set up their offense. Dipko knocks it over, and now it's Fort Lee that gets the chance on the free ball. Weak side. Cooney goes to get it. One of the longer rallies of this first set, and Gonzalez clips it off the top of the net for the kill. Isabella Gonzalez, the junior. 15-5 in favor of the visiting Scarlets. Nucharwani. Pagan. That was pretty with 2 hands. Fooled the front line of Ridgefield Park and just dropped it perfectly on the far side, inside the tape. Now, Pagan's picked up a couple of kills the last couple of swings. And Luciana Casal with an ace. Duran was in the vicinity, and it falls to the hardwood right in front of number 3. Ace for the setter, Casal. Still serving for Fort Lee. They trail 15-6. Casal with back-to-back aces for the Bridgemen. Powerful right hand from number 12. She's still serving. Andrew Byrne, thanking you for joining us on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. They are checking something at the scorer's table. Cooney out of the back row, sent over. Casal. Pagan. That is in play off the rafters. Kept alive by the Scarlets. Borisov swings it out to number 10, Ryu. Cooney digs it out. They'll set up number 10. Cross-court right-hand floater. Long rally here. Dipko. Inbounds. Punched over by Casal. Doing it all for Fort Lee as the Bridgemen close to within 6. 4 straight to Fort Lee. This run started when the senior went to the service line. And a timeout has been taken. Believe it's Fort Lee that's taken the timeout. They trail 15-9. So Fort Lee surging here, trail 15-9. Still at the service line, Casal. And again, the run started when she went there. Couple of aces, a kill, still serving. A 4-0 spurt for the Bridgemen. And Casal collects the ace. Off of Duran and into the spectators. And just like that, a 10-point deficit has been sliced in half. And Nicole Coelho is on. Duran takes a seat for Ridgefield Park. Casal on the side out. Goes right to Duran again. Kept in play by the Scarlets. Gonzalez digs it out. Dipko. And some miscommunication in the front row leads to a Dipko kill. The senior middle blocker. Number 2 in red, or scarlet red. 16-10 Ridgefield Park. They're just their second match of the season. Looking to even their record at 1-1. This is the Big North American Division opener for both clubs. Sidel Baez was serving. Battle near the net. Punched over by Pagan. Nichirwani. Near the stanchion, Ryu knocks it over. Sneaky attempt by Akasa. Does not fool the Bridgemen. They put it down to pull to within 5. 16-11. Tri-match coming up for Fort Lee. We'll kick off with Emerson, then Rutherford Burrow. As Paige Lino goes to the service line for Fort Lee. Ace for number 27 in black. Wise decision by Fort Lee. Borisov let it go. It was on the other side of the tape. Another chance for Lino. Bodies collide. Ridgefield Park averts disaster. And then it lands in front of a pair of Bridgemen. Pagan is coming back on. Lino, who was on for some serves, will take a seat. And now Pagan comes out as Nicole Nutrwani is back in. The libero. Casal swings it all the way to Ryu. Out of the back row, Baez digs it out. Morales. The setter looking for the sneaky attack. Ridgefield Park snuffs it out, and that's a ball handling error. The deficit trimmed to 5 as the senior Ryu goes to the service line. Fort Lee's been playing from behind for large stretches of this first set, but they've closed to within 5. Ryu places it inside the tape. Right down the line for an ace. That is what has been the success over the last couple of points for Fort Lee. They've whittled the deficit to 3 due in large part to their prowess at the service line. And the attack error as it's placed out of bounds by Acosta. 2-point first set. Fort Lee on the comeback trail, and now Ridgefield Park calls a timeout. Each team has used one in this first set. The Bridgemen picking up the pace. They trail 18-16 first set on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. We welcome you back inside the East Gymnasium. Girls High School Volleyball, Fort Lee and Ridgefield Park. We have a doozy first set, 18-16. Ridgefield Park once led 15-5, but their lead has been sliced to 2. And at the service line is Ryu. Following the timeout by Ridgefield Park head coach Rachel Healy. 50-50 ball at the net, and that's Goris, the middle blocker, helping out. Number 13 in black. 1 point first set. These two clubs will meet again on October 8th. Play each team in your division twice. Ryu commits the service error. And walking to the service line, Protasio, the senior right side hitter, number 30 in scarlet red. Ryu with the reception off the vent, still in play, and on the attack, Morales with that strong right hand, got it over the wall and off the outstretched hands of, it looked like, Coelho. Nothing she could do, and give the kill to Morales. Still serving Protasio into the net, service error. Her teammate, Acosta, wasn't expecting it to come off the net and hit her in the midsection. It's a service error. And Coelho will serve. That was a slam dunk kill for Goris. Diving reception by Ridgefield Park right at the net, the middle blocker, and with that right hand slammed it down. 1 point separating these clubs once again. How about Goris? Almost a mirror image for the junior. Even at 20 here in the first set. And Coelho has a chance to give Fort Lee the lead. They once trailed by 10. Right down the middle, Gonzalez on the reception. Flung out high. The setter pushes it over. Uchirwani, Casal, Goris for the lead. How about Gonzalez to keep it alive? And it will go as an error charge to number 51. Uchirwani. And Ridgefield Park goes up 1. Cooney will come back in. That's the sophomore. That is the only underclassman on Coach Healy's varsity club this fall. And that is the second charge timeout to Fort Lee. As head coach John Ziemba wants to talk it over. We'll do the same. 21-20 Ridgefield Park. You're watching girls high school volleyball on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. Quite a matchup here, the first set. Fort Lee and Ridgefield Park. The Scarlets are serving. They lead by 1 following the timeout by Fort Lee. It's 21-20 Ridgefield Park. And Ryu sliding to make a play, tucked it over the net. It works as a kill. It evens the first set at 21. The Bridgemen are serving. That one snuck over the air duct, still in play. Nucharwani digs it out, Casal. Far side, Borisov. Cross court, perfectly placed. The southpaw has been shining bright in this first set. The freshman gives Fort Lee the lead. At one point, they trailed by 10 at 15-5. They've erased the deficit. Duran knocks it over. Free ball to set it up. Instead, Ryu gives the chance right back to Ridgefield Park. Battle at the net. Pagan wins the battle with Morales. 23-21 Fort Lee. So following the timeout, 3 straight to Fort Lee. Cooney hammered it. Bree Cooney continues to make big plays for the Scarlets. They'll get a couple on, and they've closed the gap to 1. At the service line, Morales with a chance to bring Ridgefield Park level late in this first set. Morales goes to get it, digs it out. Cooney mistimed her jump. The set was a bit behind her as well. Tough to contort your body in air. That could easily be statted as a bad set. We'll wait for the official score. Nonetheless, the point is Fort Lee's. And a timeout taken before the serve. It is set point. Ridgefield Park head coach Rachel Healy wants to talk it over. Ridgefield Park Club has played just 1 match compared to 4 for Fort Lee. They kicked off their season on Monday with a 2-0 loss to Tenafly. They have not had a chance to simulate that live action. You can practice all you want. It's a different story when you're syncing up the speed, especially against a club like Fort Lee. High expectations for the Bridgemen following that state sectional title in the spring. For those new to high school volleyball, it is different than collegiate volleyball, especially in New Jersey. Just 3 sets, best of 2, and the sets go to 25 all the way through, even if you're even at 1. It is set point for the Bridgemen. Casal, Pagan, into open space. Gonzalez flicks it over. Setting up the attack, Fort Lee. Pagan again gives Fort Lee the first set. 25-22. The Bridgemen come all the way back from 10 down and win the first set by 3. Quite an entertaining first set between Ridgefield Park and Fort Lee. Big North American Division opener for both teams. Ridgefield Park played flawless volleyball the first half of the set. Went up big 15-5. Fort Lee called a timeout and then went on a surge. It started when Luciana Casal went to the service line. Big time plays by Pagan. She had 3 kills down the stretch for Ridgefield Park. Morales, Acosta, and Cooney playing very well thus far for the visiting Scarlets. We'll take another break. When we come back, set number 2. Fort Lee leads the best of 3, 1-0, following a 25-22 decision in the opening set on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. We'll see what Fort Lee and Ridgefield Park have for an encore in set number 2 after a back-and-forth first set. A match of runs thus far. Ridgefield Park early, Fort Lee down the stretch. And so the Bridgemen win the first set, 25-22. They lead 1-0. Ellis Ivazoglu is on for Fort Lee for the first time. We see Borisov is there. Casal, Ryu, Nutarwani, and at the service line, Coelho. And Dipko subbing on. Baez is on the floor. Morales. Jennifer Gutara is back in as well, still making substitutions. Ridgefield Park. Santina Protasio is on. Waiting to come in, Isabella Gonzalez, the libero. Here she comes as Dipko takes the seat. And Acosta completes the 6 on the floor for Ridgefield Park. So set number 2 begins with Nicole Coelho serving for the Bridgemen. First attack, Morales goes right down the line. Flicked over by the setter, Casal. She'll collect the kill and the first point of the second set, Fort Lee's. Service error placed into the bottom of the net. And the first time there will be a side out for visiting Ridgefield Park. Number 30, Santina Protasio, getting set to serve. As Kathleen Murtaugh, the outside hitter, will check back in for Fort Lee. Protasio to serve. But first, to the scorer's table to check on the substitution. Substitutions in volleyball, a little bit different than other sports. Got to lock your hands, have to wait for permission from the official to wave you on. Not like basketball where you just check in at the scorer's table and then come on at the whistle. Gotta make sure the referee gives you the okay. Protasio collects an ace. She's had a handful thus far. And that's how Ridgefield Park has their first point of this second set. The senior back to the service line. Clips the top of the net. Bad break for Ridgefield Park. Instead of falling onto Fort Lee's side, it's returned to sender and a service error. Big-time performer in that first set, Sophia Pagan is back on for Fort Lee. She had 3 kills down the stretch. Teams trading service errors, 2 against Fort Lee, 1 against Ridgefield Park, the first 5 points. And here comes Bree Cooney. What a first set she had. Number 10 in scarlet. Borisov finds it right on cue. Cooney sets herself up, and it is too long. Going for the tape. Instead, it's near the stands. An attack error charge to Cooney as Catherine Borisov goes to the service line, the freshman. The only freshman in the match. Duran, Borisov digs it out. Casal, Ryu. A chance to set up the offense. Sneaky attempt from Acosta. No dice, Ryu. Longest rally of the second set. There's Cooney. Nucherwani digs it out. Pagan knuckles it over. What a long rally. And it ends with a Fort Lee kill. It's the setter, Casal, again. Winning the battle for the Bridgemen. 4-3, they break the tie early second set. Borisov knocks it long, too much. And so 3 of Ridgefield Park's 4 points in the second set are due to service errors charged to the Bridgemen, as Shanez Morales, the senior, will serve. Pagan. A lot of free balls here in this second set. One more time to Pagan. She knows how to finish. The junior middle blocker collecting kills left and right. As Luciana Casal goes to the service line. Off the top of the net for an ace. It falls onto the Ridgefield Park side. The English. And the topspin falls favorably for Fort Lee. How about another ace for Casal? In front of a diving Isabella Gonzalez. The tide began to turn in the first set when Casal went to the service line. She's helping Fort Lee extend their lead. It's 3 here in the second set. First set went to Fort Lee by 3 at 25-22. Cooney! Sneaky. Looked like she was going to set up Protasio. Instead went for the attack. And it's a kill for Cooney. Gabriella Duran to serve for Ridgefield Park. Pagan. And that's a ball handling error against Ridgefield Park. 2 hits on Duran. Fort Lee will benefit from the call and head to the service line, leading 8-3. Andrew Byrne, thanking you for joining us. High school volleyball, Big North American Division action from the East Gymnasium. On the campus of Fort Lee High School, it's Fort Lee and Ridgefield Park. American Division opener for both clubs. You're watching live on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. As a service error against Ryu. Under the net it went. Baez will serve. 8-6 in favor of Fort Lee. And into the net it goes for a service error. The Bridgemen are 3-1. Ridgefield Park is 0-1. Both clubs suffering losses in their last match. Fort Lee falling 2-1 to Memorial on Tuesday. Ridgefield Park dropped a 2-0 decision to Tenafly in their season opener Monday afternoon. Gonzalez sliding for the reception. Tough play. She made it nicely. A free ball for Ridgefield Park. Gonzalez drops it down the middle. Casal, Borisov, towards the back row it goes. Baez gets a hand on it. Ryu. Casal, setting up Ava Zaglu. Her first kill of the match. 10-6 in favor of Fort Lee, and we have a timeout taken by visiting Ridgefield Park. The Bridgemen have a 4-point lead, looking to make it straight sets over Ridgefield Park in their American Division opener. Will step aside on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. Following the timeout, Ryu serves. The reception went over the net. The teams trade overs. A bit behind Dipko, but she's able to put it down. That's Carlin Dipko, the senior. I was talking to Coach Healy before the match, so you take a look. So many juniors and seniors. Bree Cooney's the only underclassman. She's a sophomore. Borisov, the only freshman for Fort Lee. Here's the aforementioned Borisov. Tough reception by Gonzalez. But I think she caught it. That's a ball handling error. And the point is Fort Lee's. Nicole Coelho, the senior, walks to the service line. 11-7 Fort Lee. Coelho with an ace. Our excellent crew on hand today. Our technical director, Dimitri Nanis. Our camera operator, Renee Modisic. Athletic director Mike Raftery. I'm Andrew Byrne, Fort Lee High School Girls Volleyball American Division opener. The Bridgemen took the first set 25-22. They lead the second set 13-7. Best of 3 high school volleyball. And that's an attack error against Morales. And so Fort Lee creating some breathing room. They are doubling up Ridgefield Park. But remember, Ridgefield Park led 15-5 in the first set before the big run by the Bridgemen. Powered by Coelho, out of play. A service error. So Ridgefield Park will serve. How about Casal The setter continues to catch Ridgefield Park at bay. Rather than set, she goes for the attack. She's put down a handful of kills that way. Don't expect many kills from your setter, and Casal has done it beautifully. Nutarwani to the service line. Gonzalez with the reception, right near the knees. Morales on the attack, dug out by Nutarwani. Borisov clips the top of the net. Saved by Ridgefield Park, right near the scorer's table. I believe that was Acosta making a pretty play, and her efforts pay off. Bricuni coming back in. Baez will take a breather. Ridgefield Park hanging around. We're going to go on a run. Down by 6, second set. Pagan blasts that one off the back line of defense. And momentum swinging back in favor of the host Bridgmen. Here's Borisov. Service error. Right down the line it went, but took a right turn. Right near the fan. Keeping the players cooled here inside the East Gymnasium. And now Shinez Morales. On the attack, Pagan pushes it over. It clipped the top of the net. Baez. Pagan has been busy in this second set. Sophia Pagan one more time for Fort Lee. The middle blocker has been the featured player, and it's a 7-point bulge for the Bridgemen. Looking to win their American Division opener in straight sets. Casal, Ryu, near the antenna, sneaks it over. Gonzalez sets up Duran, and it's a mishit from the senior. An attack error charged, and it's the largest lead of the second set. And as the scoreboard goes blank at 18-10, we'll take a break on the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. Following the timeout, Luciana Casal will serve for Fort Lee. 18-10 in favor of the host, Bridgemen. They took the first set, 25-22 if you're just tuning in. We thank you for spending your Friday afternoon locked in to the Fort Lee Bridgemen Athletics YouTube page. You're watching girls high school volleyball, Fort Lee and Ridgefield Park. Big North American Division opener for both clubs. They'll meet again, by the way, on October 8th. You play each team in your division twice. Casal. Protasio receives. Pagan flicks it into open space. Gonzalez over to dig it out, but no attack. It's into the net. As the Bridgemen go up 10, 20-10. Casal. Gonzalez receives it. It's over the net, though. Ryu. There's Casal with that sneaky attack. Snuffed out this time by Ridgefield Park. Duran. And Ridgefield Park unable to get it over in the required 3 hits. Still at the service line, Casal. She's been there a while for Fort Lee. Alexandria Conti is back on for Fort Lee as Casal will serve. Ace for the senior. Went right down the line, and it's 22-10 Fort Lee. Nadia Sengo getting her first action here in the second set. Number 14 in black, the junior middle blocker coming on. Casal is still perched at the service line for Fort Lee. And it's another ace for Casal. She's been lethal on those opportunities all afternoon. A big reason why Fort Lee is a couple of points away from winning their American Division opener, 23-10. And Casal has scored 3 straight aces. It is match point for Fort Lee. The Bridgemen with match point. Casal, this time too much. Off the back wall, and Ridgefield Park goes to the service line. It will be Gabriella Duran, number 3 in scarlet red. It is still match point for Fort Lee. Will be for a while. Duran, too far. It's over. The Bridgemen of Fort Lee High School take their big North American Division opener from visiting Ridgefield Park in straight sets, 25-22 and 25-10 over the visiting Scarlets of Ridgefield Park. The win improves the record for the host Bridgemen to 4-1. They are 1-0 in Big North American Division action. The loss for Ridgefield Park drops them to 0-2 on the season. They are 0-1 in Big North American Division action. Well, that first set, Fort Lee found themselves down 15-5, but they battled back and came from behind to win 25-22. The second set, the Bridgemen dominated from the service line. At one point, Luciana Casal had 3 straight aces, and she lifts the Bridgemen to a 25-10 win in that second set, and they come away with a straight set victory over the visiting Scarlets of Ridgefield Park. 2-0 with 25-22 and 25-10 victories. For our entire broadcast team, our technical director, Dimitri Nanis, our camera operator, Renee Modisic, and athletic director here at Fort Lee High School, Mike Raftery. I'm Andrew Burns saying so long from the East Gymnasium on the campus of Fort Lee High School in Fort Lee, New Jersey, where this afternoon the Bridgemen of Fort Lee High School took down the Scarlets of Ridgefield Park High School in a Big North American Division match, 2-0 by scores of 25-22 and 25-10. Have a great weekend.